Hey Capricorn, welcome to my channel Intuitive Tarot Empath. This is your general monthly reading for April 2017. I hope that you've been having a good start to the new year. We've had some really great energy swirling around, and so I hope you've been able to start off this new cycle with all of this good energy and really enjoying it. So with that said, I'm going to shuffle the cards. If you're not into that, you are more than welcome to push on ahead and fast forward through that part to just get to the reading. Yeah, so that's my pomp and circumstance. Hope that you've been doing well. Like I said, this energy has been really beautiful. I know that we're currently in a Venus retrograde, so you might be in a period of like reevaluating your relationships and stuff, but for the most part, like, it hasn't been bad. It's actually been quite nice. So let's see, what are the energies surrounding Capricorn for the month of April 2017? What are the energies surrounding Capricorn for April 2017 concerning love, work, money, home, relationships? What are the energies concerning Capricorn? What energies will be surrounding Capricorn in the month of April 2017? Capricorn. Alright, so I think we have like 3 more shuffles in here. Oh, we got one that just wants to fly out. Let's see what she's about. Ooh, Capricorn, a little stressed out? What's happening? What's happening, guys? Talk about that in a minute. 2 more shuffles. Interested in seeing what comes up. So what is the energy surrounding Capricorn for the month? I lied. One more shuffle for good measure. Alright, so Capricorn, let's see. So the bottom, we have the 8 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to move these down a little bit. The Queen of Swords, the Magician, the 5 of Swords in reverse, the World card, the Page of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Judgment card. I had a feeling that the Judgment card was going to come up, especially with the 10 of Wands energy. So Capricorn, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is about work. I think that's very interesting because some of the other signs, especially like the water signs, had more like lovey readings, and I think that it's interesting that you and Taurus have these very like solid work readings. Like, I ain't messing around. I got stuff to get done. That's kind of the feeling that I get from your reading, is like you are busy, but someone's putting strain on you. So the card that flipped out of the deck is the 10 of Swords. So perhaps the energy surrounding what's going on is like stress, just like being mentally exhausted, not even having enough room, that if someone wanted to stick another sword in your back, there's like no more room. You can't get more stressed out than this. But I think that also because it's a 10, this cycle is coming to a close. So you're in a period of time where you're starting to tie up all these ends that are making you stressed out, and you're coming into a really good time, especially because within the deck, within the cards that I pulled, we have the Magician. The Magician is a 1, and it's in the past position. So I have a feeling that perhaps you started something, whether it was with like you started a new job or you got a promotion, so you were in a new position. I mean, could even be that you're in a new relationship. Anything that's I want to say though, because there's so many pentacles and there's so many wands and there's so many swords and there are 0 cups, I want to say that this is a work reading, but it can connect to a relationship too. So something new that you're in, and so, but this is in the past position, but it could also just as easily be that the 10 is the closing of a stressful period of time in your life, and through that stress you found out that you are a lot stronger than you thought you were, and so here you are with everything you need in order to take care of yourself. So either way, it's a good card. Let's get into the other stuff. So this pervasive feeling of the ending of a cycle so that new things can begin for you. The other energy that's going around, and this is a great card in reverse, is the 5 of Cups. So perhaps it's finally being able to turn around and see all the good things that you have. Perhaps coming out of a period of all that stress and anxiety causing you depression. And so it's making you see all the things that either it's making, or maybe it made you think that you saw all the things that you don't have, which was making you really sad, because the 5 of Cups is all about like somebody looking at the things that they want that they no longer have, or that they don't have and that they want, and not necessarily seeing, you know, what's behind them, that there are still 2 cups that are upright, and so there are opportunities there. I mean, sometimes this card can read as a breakup card. So this could have been that you experienced a breakup and now you're finally back into kind of the dating world and seeing that there are other options. This could also be that, like I said, you're coming out of a period of intense stress and sadness. And so, you know, when it comes to work, sometimes work can be extraordinarily stressful and very draining emotionally and mentally. And so it can make you feel like this guy, like the guy who's looking at the things that he doesn't have and thinking, do I want this? Could I have, you know, just all the stress that comes along with being sad. But now you're finally seeing that things are looking up, things are getting brighter. You know, they're not as bad as you thought they were. So maybe it was a matter of wanting to get more money. Maybe you, because there are so many pentacles, like maybe it's, you know, coming out of a period of stress due to financial strain, that was and finally getting a raise or a promotion that lets you get more money. And I mean, we have here the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So even though it's reversed, though, I get the feeling that the energy is that of the 2 of Pentacles upright. So it's about balancing your finances and balancing your money. And coming, if you notice, the waves in the background are kind of rocky, and you got those boats rocking on the waves, and you have the what looks to be a fool kind of looking person juggling 2 pentacles in an infinity sign. So there's this feeling of promotion, of financial balance, of getting yourself back on your feet. And you'll notice that there are 2 pentacles in his hands, just like there are 2 cups behind the 5 of Cups guy. So you're in a really nice period of time right now. You are working really, really hard. So presently, here you are working out your pentacles, working really, really hard. And I think that it's paid off because someone saw how hard you worked. And through them noticing your hard work and your efforts and the care that you take in doing things, they manifested, or they gave you a new opportunity. So pentacles are about your money, and wands are about ways you make your money. And so there's been a lot of action. There's no other way of saying it aside from you've been working really, really hard and somebody noticed. So way to go on being such a hard worker. But I feel like that's very indicative of a Capricorn. Like Capricorn is the goat. So he's like, you're the kind of person that's like, you need me to be in the middle of that mountain? Fine, I'll go up into the middle of that mountain and I'll stand there for as long as you want me to. Capricorns are hard workers, extraordinarily grounded. So you kind of, like, when you're in your work, work kind of becomes everything. So to see you being noticed for your contributions is really exciting. So way to go. And maybe that's why you received this raise. Maybe you've been working so hard and that's why you're, feeling the mental anguish, but in the end it paid off. And so you're getting, it seems like it was worth all of that stress and strain, because you're being noticed now. So in the past, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And I feel like this kind of goes along with the Ten of Swords, is this feeling of like you were working so hard and you were appreciative of the things that you had, but you wanted more. And you felt like it was coming to you very slowly. And there might have even been a question as to whether it was going to come to you at all. Why am I working so hard if nobody is going to acknowledge that I'm working so hard, or nobody is going to take what I'm doing and compensate me for my time and mental energy spent doing all of this hard work. And even though you appreciated what you had built so much around you, and so it was like, oh God, like what am I doing this for? But the thing about Capricorn is that you may have those feelings of, what am I doing this for if I'm not going to get a payout, or if I'm not going to benefit? Is they're going to keep working because that's just who they are. So, and working yourself almost to death because you have things that you want or things that you're responsible for, or because it's not like I'm greedy and I want money and I want recognition. It's like, it's this grounded energy of, I want to be able to take care of the people around me. And yeah, I want to be acknowledged for my work, but there's something very solid and sturdy in the feelings of groundedness that are given off by a Capricorn. They're just so solid and down to earth. And there are so many pentacles in here, so I can even see, pentacles are all about earth signs, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. So this could very well, I see this as being you, whether you're a man or a woman. And I see you, the Queen is, I mean, unfortunately, I'm going to say this, and it is what it is, but the Queen is considered one card below the King. And so perhaps it's you working your butt off so that you can get that promotion, so that instead of one pentacle, you have two. And perhaps, because you wanted to manifest a King of Pentacles energy, there was you being upset because it's like, I'm only ever going to get this far. I can't seem to get past this ceiling that seems to be in my way. But then what's amazing is that somebody recognized you. Somebody saw that you were really good at your job, and that in fact you didn't just work really hard with your pentacles, that you had all of the things that you needed to be a great person in a new position. So that's super exciting. And so after a time of serious stress and strain, you're being rewarded for your efforts. I think that also it's not just you being rewarded for your efforts because somebody is seeing that you'd make a really good boss, or that you'd make a really good, person in a position of, a managerial position is what I'm trying to say. And it could just be also that you're being recognized, but also that you within yourself have realized that you have everything that you need in order to do good work and to be in a position of power, that you're way stronger and way more capable than you thought you were. And it's sometimes hard to see that when you're in extreme stress, because all you're seeing is the stress that's kind of overcoming you in these tidal waves. So way to go on coming out of this, because you're in a brand new cycle now and you're just beginning and you have this new opportunity. And so I think that everything here is incredibly positive. So now you have the Queen of Swords upright. And I think that this is great because the Queen of Swords, I think that this is interesting. Okay, so we'll start with the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is looking into the future. She's extremely logical. She doesn't have her head in the clouds. You can see that her sword kind of is straight up in the air, and she's kind of gesturing for things to enter. You know, come into my life. I'm ready for you. Um, so I think that there's a brand new situation. Perhaps it has you communicating with new people. Because we have two queens, I don't know if there was a lateral move that was made. And so you might be, even though it's a lateral move, maybe it's like you're in the same position, but they gave you a raise. And hence why the Queen of Swords is upright. Or it could be that it's upright because they gave you some sort of a promotion, thus turning the card around, so to speak. Because I see the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords as like the same person in a situation, but like they're mirroring each other. So I see this as, if the Queen of Pentacles is you, then I see the Queen of Swords as being you also in this new position. So like I said, it could have been just you staying in your position, but them giving you more money and recognizing all the hard work that you're doing. Or it could be that you got that promotion that you were looking for, and now you're ready for all the changes that are going to come and all the new exciting things that are going to come because of this. So in the future position, we have the Five of Swords. So usually this is about someone getting away with a hollow victory. But in the reverse position, I see this more as like, the card that keeps coming to mind as I'm holding this card is kind of the Justice card. So whereas upright, this would be kind of a lack of fairness, that someone's getting away with something that doesn't deserve to be getting away with that thing. But I feel like in reverse, there's this feeling of not getting away with something, but getting something that someone deserves. And so like, perhaps this is you feeling like you've won some sort of a fight. Not necessarily a fight like, I'm going to kick your ass kind of fight, but like, you know what I mean? If you're getting a promotion, it's something that you've been quote unquote fighting for, then I think that this is you kind of like enjoying the spoils of having won that war. That perhaps you're surrounded by more people. You'll notice that there are people in the background, and there's a person on the forefront. So perhaps there are, you know, people who you have to oversee. But I get the feeling from this card that you feel like there's a fairness to what has happened, that you deserve this promotion, that this is something that you've earned. And so, you know, it's not a hollow victory because it's filled with this grounded earth energy. Like, it's this feeling of, I'm able to back up everything. Like, you know, the person at work who says, oh my God, I work so hard and I don't understand why I'm only getting, you know, this rating on my evaluation. And then you ask them like, well, what is it that you feel you've been doing that deserves this? And like, as they're telling you, you're just kind of like, you don't, like, every time I see you, you're not really doing any work. But this is different. Like, for you, you have been doing work. So really, like, you can back up whatever it is. If someone comes to you and says, why do you deserve this? Like, I feel like Capricorn is the kind of person who's going to have their portfolio and they're going to like fan it, not in front of your face, but fan it out and be like, this is what I've been doing and this is why I deserve this. So I think that that's a good energy to have. And I think that that's also part of the reason why you're feeling like you have everything you need. Because you're not hollow. You're filled with all of the things that you need. And so it's like, yeah, I'm a hard worker. I've been working my ass off for this. And I've been stressing myself out mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so I deserve this. And, you know, here's the proof. I have all of the, you know, I have all the proof here. So in the U position, we have the World card. So the World card is once again about, it's about completions, and it's also about feeling protected, like the world and the universe are looking out for you. And it's also about fate. So I feel like you kept working as hard as you did because you knew that you were going to get something out of it. And also we have, it goes along with the 10 of swords, this feeling of completing something, completing a cycle. So feeling like fate maybe had a little bit of a hand in the things that were going on and helping you out. Because the world card is also looking at the past and sort of evaluating what you're doing if you look the way that she is in the cards. So I think that this was an opportunity that was coming your way, and perhaps for a while you couldn't quite see it, but it was always there. And maybe that's why you kept working on it so hard, because you knew it was almost like that rumbling, like when an earthquake is coming, like little tremors, and you don't know when it's going to come or how it's going to manifest. And so, like, in waiting, sometimes we lose our patience and we lack the ability to keep our eye on the prize. But this is kind of fate's nod to you saying it was always going to happen. So, like, don't lose heart. In the environment position, we have the Page of Swords. So new opportunities, messages coming in. So I think that this, maybe this is you in your new position kind of feeling like a new energy is around you because you're new in the position. So it's like usually pages are young and like can lack maturity, but that's not how I would describe it for you in a new position. Is that you're still learning. Pages are learning. So this is you learning about your new job and looking to the past and seeing what you did in the past that worked and then taking it with you. So it's all, you're in a really good space where you're learning new things. You're learning about your job. You're learning about yourself in this position. We also have the Ace of Swords. So here's your new opportunity. I think it's also very, very interesting that the Queen of Swords is you in this new position, and here is, where she is in the deck is next to the Ace of Swords. So it's like she's gesturing to the Ace of Swords and saying, come on, like, come into my life. You're welcome. You're welcome into my life. So, I don't know if you work in the legal field. I don't know if you work in the field of teaching, if you're a writer, but perhaps you've gotten money for the writing that you've done, and so this is about the payout or a book signing, getting recognition for the work that you've been doing and thinking like, no one's going to read my stuff. I'm never going to be noticed for this kind of thing, and now all of a sudden you're being recognized, and people are responding to how you're communicating with the world via your words. Or it could be that you're in the legal profession and, you become partner, or, because these are just examples of, possibilities. Or it could be that you're a teacher. I'm thinking also about like ways that people communicate with the world, because swords are about communication, and that's any kind of communication. Maybe you're a teacher who has recently come into a vice principalship, or who got a job at a different school, or who got a better rating on your evaluation. And so you're still in the same position, but someone's finally recognizing the work that you're doing. So it could be, I'm really getting a job reading here, but this could also, very well be, with the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, it could be that you experienced, if we're looking at relationships, it could be that you experienced a breakup. You're currently in a period of time where you're finally seeing the opportunities that are in front of you, or rather behind you. And so you've been working really hard to manifest new energies and new opportunities for yourself. And so maybe in the past you've done the healing work on yourself, and that's what the Queen of Pentacles is. And so you are now feeling like a brand new person. You're ready to get out into the world, and you're ready to meet new people. And I think that the World card is showing you that if you're feeling a little impatient right now with, trying to find somebody, that don't worry, someone is going to come in. You are in the place that you're supposed to be right now. but I'm really getting, I can't say it enough, I'm really getting a solid like work reading on this. And you manifesting through your hard work and dedication to the job that you're in, these new opportunities with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. And I love this. I had a feeling that this card was going to come up. I think I said that at the beginning of the reading, and then I was like, all right, let's read all the other cards so we can get to this. So as this jumped out of the deck, I thought to myself, the Judgment card is going to jump out too. And it did. So we have the Judgment card in reverse. And so even though it's in reverse, because of the cards that are around it, I have this feeling that the Judgment card is reading, even though it's in reverse, it's reading as it would upright. So we have the Ten of Swords, like stick a fork in me, I'm dead. And you'll notice that in the Judgment card, there is the angel, who is that, Gabriel? Michael? My apologies. But we have the angel blowing his trumpet and bringing these people back to life. And so I feel like through all of these new opportunities, you feel like you've come back to life. You're no longer the dead guy in the Ten of Swords. Like the sun has risen on you. So you have this renewed energy and this renewed sense of self, and this, like, everything is being renewed. So what a great energy to have, that you feel like a brand new person in your brand new situations. And I feel this way especially because of all the aces, and because the Ten of Swords is an ending. So it's you coming back to life. So I hope that you're enjoying this, like, this back to life energy. Excuse me, because it's like, it's almost like when, like, I look at the Ten of Swords and I think the Ten of Swords is like winter. Like, it's dark. I don't want to go outside. It's cold. I'd rather be inside. Like, why can't we be like bears and hibernate? Like, you know, I don't want to leave my apartment. The sun doesn't, you know, come up when I wake up, and then it's down by the time I go home. And with the Judgment card, I see it almost as like spring, that you're being awakened. The days are longer. It's getting warmer outside. You have a little more energy to do things. So I think that this new opportunity has really given you a lot of good energy. So, like, run with it. Enjoy every second of it. So I'm going to pull cards for, I want to say for the Five of Swords. So what is it? Yeah, so I would like to know, what's the deal with that Five of Swords? Alright, so a couple more shuffles. And by a couple, I really mean two. Sometimes I say a couple, and what I mean is like four. And then I feel stupid because I'm like, you know better. You know the difference between a couple and a few. Okay, I lied to you. So maybe one more shuffle, and then I'll pull 3 cards. So the deck that I'm currently shuffling is the Lenormand Tarot deck. Okay. Yes, we have the Tree of Life, we have the Flowers, and we have the Tower. And we have the Woman on the bottom of the deck. So the woman could be you. The woman could be somebody who you're connected with, who's kind of helping you out with everything that's happening. So it could be a boss. If this is a relationship situation, it could be you in relationships, or it could be the person that you're dating or married to. So we have here... So we're looking at the Five of Swords in reverse. So we have the Tree of Life. So this is kind of everything that you have grown. And like I said, the Five of Swords in reverse reads as, you know, look at how all the work that I've been doing. I've really been putting my best effort into this. And so I feel like this is your portfolio, essentially, is like, you know, not only do I have a tree, but I have rabbits under the tree. I got birds in the tree. So you have a very full work life, and you've been working really, really hard, and you have such a beautiful, such beautiful things to show for it. So, way to go. And this, let me just throw that around. So these are the flowers, obviously. So the flowers are all about like invitations. So somebody's seeing all the work that you've done and giving you an invitation of a promotion or a raise. So, you know, usually it's about engagements, invitations. So, I mean, it makes sense that somebody would look at your work and everything that you've grown and say, yeah, like I think that you're a great worker and I think that you'd be good for this company in this capacity or this school in this capacity or whatever it is that you do. Apparently in my world, there are only lawyers, writers, and teachers. Just kidding. All right, anyway, so the last card that we have to clarify that Five of Swords is the Tower card. So I think that it kind of goes along with that energy of the Five of Swords on its face, is that there's this feeling of maybe a little bit like you being alone, or like what I get from this card is that the woman is all, there's a woman, right? Yeah, it's a woman. There's a woman all alone in her tower. She's surrounded by water, but she's kind of like, I'm going to say this and I don't mean it negatively, but okay, I'm going to say it this way. Geographically, she is located above everybody else because she's in a tower. So I think this could also very much be you in this new position that's above other people. And even though it looks to be kind of dark and negative, I mean, it could be that you're feeling a little bit alone in your new position. Sometimes learning new things can make you feel kind of lonely. But I'm getting mostly that it's just you kind of in a higher up position, or you financially in a different position that's better off than you were before. So way to go. All right, so I'm going to end this reading with the Guardian Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue, just to give you a little piece of advice on how to go about manifesting this energy if it hasn't yet happened, or how to deal with this energy if it has. The art on these cards is very, let's just call it interesting. I like interesting. I like strange. But more than the art on the cards, I really like what the cards have to give by way of advice, because I think that it's very positive. And I think that it's also advice that you can follow in ways that make sense. I pull these cards for myself all the time just for like energies of the day, or like if I'm having, if I'm having a problem and I need advice and my friends are being too much like friends, you know what I mean? When you go to friends for advice and they're like, just kind of either validating what you want to hear, or they're like, no, you're good. And you're like, that's not what I needed from you right now. So these cards are good for that. So I'm going to shuffle 3 more times. If these cards want me to shuffle 3 more times. They're also like very large. They also feel like they're kind of like made out of oak tag, and the edges are painted gold. They are very sassy card. All right, let's see. 1 more shuffle. Let's see advice for Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, your final card for this reading. I'm going to cut the deck. I want to go in the middle. All right, is the 4 of Emotion. So that's what the card looks like. So 4 of Emotion in regular like Rider-Waite tarot deck is the 4 of Cups. So we have, there are wonderful people who wish to help you. Opportunities are being offered to you, but you aren't noticing or trusting the gifts heaven is bestowing upon you. Look around you. Daydreaming or going within is a healthy way to get clarity as long as you act upon your dreams. All right, so let's see. There's a little book that comes along with it, and so there are extra messages in there. So let's read what the Four of Emotion has to say. So, there are very positive forces around you just waiting to help. Awaken now from your reverie so that you can see all the endless possibilities that await you. Don't take any of the wonderful things in your life for granted. Instead, be grateful for them and then look around to see what other amazing opportunity heaven has in store for you. Daydreaming and going within can be healthy ways to get clarity on who you are and what you want from life. These methods may be used for contemplation. However, once you have the insights they deliver, remember to take focused action so that you don't miss out on the joy of living out your dreams. Additional meanings of this card: needing to get motivated, not seeing what's being offered to you, time to focus on the positive, reflection and meditation, being too introverted. So, I think that if you have yet to get this promotion that you're looking for, or if you have yet to get this pay increase that you're looking for, or the recognition that you're looking for, expect that it should come by the end of April. Because currently, if the Four of Cups is the guy who's sitting with his back against the tree, and this cloud with a hand in it is offering him a cup, but he's only looking at the cups that are spilled. So I think that you're about to come into this period of time. I think that right now, for some of you, you could be experiencing the Ten of Cups. So expect that very, very soon, your energy is about to change, and so your work situation is going to change. So just stay positive, Capricorn, if you're not quite there yet. But I think that April's going to be a really amazing month for you, and I'm so excited. So congratulations on all the good things that are about to come your way if they haven't already. All right, Capricorn, that's your reading for April 2017. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in getting a private reading with me, please email me at intuitivetarotempath@gmail.com, and I will be happy to give you any information you need. And also, if you liked this video, hit the like button. If you have any comments, feel free to communicate with me. I always respond to comments because I love communicating with you guys. It's the best part of this. And if you liked what you saw, please feel free to subscribe. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful April. Enjoy the rest of your March, and I'll talk to you in May. Bye, Capricorn.